Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm planning the week of December 25th through the 31st in my Erin Condren vertical life planner, and today I am doing another Franken kit. The winter season was the season of Franken kits. This week I am using the SPC Noel full boxes, followed by some functional items also from Scribble Prints Co, or mostly from Scribble Prints Co, I should say. I believe there were some Planner Pixie Co, and maybe Glam Planner functional items. I honestly can't remember. I think it's mostly Scribble Prints Co. For sure, the foil that you see is from Scribble Prints Co. At least that gingham plaid checker pattern that is a very old foil bundle that I decided to use up. And then I used one strip of the bottom washi for that. I used another strip of the bottom washi from just an SPC black washi that I had, and then I used some gold foil from Plannahannah for the washi overlays as well as the underlays. And the underlays I believe is her mistletoe pattern, I want to say, both in gold. And then this week it is a pretty big countdown. I have this week marks 4 months until our wedding, which is very exciting, and then 1 month until my bachelorette party. At the time I'm doing this voiceover, both events have actually already happened because I'm just so far behind on getting this out. But at the time, those two events were a few months away. I also marked Merry Christmas in the sidebar as well. I like to do that when there are holidays. And then again, for the functional items, I just pulled in, these are some overlays from SPC. And then I believe, actually, I think all my overlays are more or less from SPC. I might have some from Plannahannah, but the majority are SPC. I'm trying to just use up what I have in my stash. And speaking of, some of those functional items that I pulled in are just random sheets. For this kit, I wanted to go off of the traditional Christmas colors, so red, green, and then I just pulled in white and black as well, since those were the colors that the majority, actually pretty much the only colors that were in the full boxes. So I just wanted to pull those in to make it look a little bit more cohesive. So I have that, and then I had a few sheets from probably just leftovers from old Christmas kits or just random sheets that I've gotten in grab bags and whatnot. And I thought the patterns in those worked well. Typically, when I do Franken kits, I only do the solid colors because it's a lot harder to match patterns to kits that aren't like the original, just because colors don't match. You know, there could be multiple colors in a pattern and not all of the colors could match in what you're trying to do, or sometimes patterns don't work. Like if the patterns in this were like hearts, for example, I don't think that would have coordinated very well. But because the patterns, I believe those sticker sheets were from an old Christmas kit, so the patterns worked because obviously it's the same thing. So I was able to use those, which I'm pretty happy about. So moving on to the day by day, Monday was Christmas, which I completely blanked on that. I have no idea why, but I used the Merry Christmas overlay on Sunday. For some reason, I thought that Christmas was Sunday and not Monday. So, oh well, it's fine. Not a big deal. But Monday was Christmas, so we opened presents in the morning, had family dinner, which I don't know about you guys, but if you celebrate Christmas and have Christmas dinner, what time do you have Christmas dinner? Because typically we have Christmas dinner at like 2 p.m. It's kind of like the same with Thanksgiving. We always have the big dinner at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and for some reason that like fills me up for the rest of the evening. Like I don't usually eat after that. Obviously, it is generally a bigger dinner than it normally would on like a normal day, but still, it's so strange. I have no idea why that is, but that's just what we do in my family. And then I talked to my parents after dinner, and we opened presents with them. So Colton, it was mainly just Colton and I that were talking to them and opening the presents. I'm sure his parents said hi, like a quick hi, but it was mainly me and Colton and then my parents on Skype. We had a game night, and then I just did a little bit of filming in the evening because I had some free time. Following to Tuesday, I did a little bit of cleaning in the morning, most likely just picking up whatever was left over from the day before, because who wants to clean on Christmas Day? Did a little bit of crafting and organizing. I believe, if I remember correctly, Christina bought a bunch of new, like, Christmas storage items. So, like, Christmas specific, so like ornament storage, wreath storage, wrapping paper storage, things like that, because they were on like mega sale, and so I helped her organize and put away all of those things. We had dinner with a neighbor where we opened gifts with her, and then I just read once we got home, like I usually do before bed. Moving on to Wednesday, I just watched some YouTube in the morning, worked on a puzzle, most likely a new puzzle that I got for the holiday. Did some more cleaning, filming, laundry, just trying to get some stuff done. We ran to the grocery store. Colton and I watched Percy Jackson, which it was currently airing new episodes on Wednesdays, I believe. And then we had another game night. Moving on to Thursday, I did some filming, again, worked on the puzzle. We ran some more errands, most likely to just return some items that needed to be returned. And then Colton and I filled out our global entry form. So if you're not familiar, global entry is basically like the TSA pre-check for international travel, specifically when you're coming home to the US. So we started that form and submitted it. We got our conditional approval, and then it wouldn't be, so that was in December, obviously. And then, but we actually did our interview like so many months later, just because we don't live near a interview area. I don't know what they call it, but they're limited at only specific regional airports, and we do not live near one, and we wanted to time it so that we did it when we were in Chicago doing some wedding errands, because the O'Hare Airport is one of the interview locations, and it would have just been easier for us to do it there than it would be to just randomly drive 2 hours down to LA. So yeah, we got that preliminary questionnaire filled out. So later you'll see, in a few months probably, you'll see us do the actual interview. So yeah, and then we played Lego Indiana Jones, which is the current video game that Colton and I are playing, and then we watched The Flash. Moving on to Friday, it was payday. I get paid on the last business day of the month. Watched some YouTube, did a little bit of planning, and then Colton and I had a lunch date, or maybe it was a dinner date. I'm not actually sure. Either way, we had a date, and then we watched Klaus, which this is the second time we've seen it. I believe it was new last year or the year before. I actually want to say 2022 or maybe 21. I don't remember. But 21, I want to say it was new, but it's really a great story. It's a fun movie. It's just, I'm a very emotional person, and that movie always makes me cry, and I don't like watching it because it makes me cry. But if you like really good Christmas movies, I do highly recommend Klaus. And because of that, after we watched Klaus, my deal with Colton was that we had to watch a Hallmark movie or a Hallmark-like movie just to like make it worth it, if that makes sense, because I knew that I would be crying and I wanted to watch something like not emotional afterwards. So that was our deal. So we watched Glacier Romance, which I do remember that one. That is part of the National Park romance series, whatever you want to call it. And honestly, it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't great. So yeah, if you do like those types of movies, I do recommend it. But if you're not really into those types of movies, this is one I for sure would pass on. So on Saturday, I did a little bit more planning, did a little bit more work. No idea why I worked on the Saturday after Christmas, but I did. Colton and I played some more Lego Indiana Jones. We did some wedding planning, watched a little bit more Flash, caught up on the budget since it is the end of the month. We watched a movie, and because I didn't mark what movie it was, it makes me think that it wasn't a Christmas movie. I do like to mark the specific Christmas movies we watch, and then if it's just a general movie, I'll just put movie night or whatever. And then we had some hot chocolate, and I wanted to mark that because I have these really cute hot chocolate stickers from Coffee Monsters Co. So I marked that. And then finally on Sunday, I slept in, and because I put a stethoscope icon. It makes me think that I was not feeling well. And then Colton and I watched The Flash. I talked to my parents. We had a game night, did a little bit more wedding planning, and then we spent the evening out in the hot tub. As I mentioned, I believe it was last week, I have been enjoying doing the hot tub in the evenings in like the cooler months. I never had a hot tub growing up. Colton has always had, I shouldn't say always, but for the majority of his life, he's had a hot tub. So he really enjoys it and is used to it. And I am starting to as well. So here is everything that I have left over, and then in a few seconds you'll see what the final spread looks like with everything all filled in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.